Hola, me llamo is Pedro Cook, and thank you for joining us today. We are going to be talking about the snowmobile snowcross racing today on this talk show, and I'm your host. So, I have a very special guest tonight. Can you please help me welcome the famous snowcross racer, our dog?
Hola, hola, hola.
Hola, our dog. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Bien, gracias. Our dog, tonight I have a few questions. If you could give me some details, please. And these questions are regarding your world of snowcross racing, and we're just trying to better associate what you do and get a little bit more in depth of the snowcross world. So, if you could bear with me here, I have a couple questions to ask you. Alright, so, our dog, what brand of snowmobile do you ride in your racing?
Polaris Snowcross Edition 900 class.
Okay, that's a good snowmobile. One of my personal favorites as well. I especially like the way that they sound. They have a very distinct sound to them, so that's a neat thing. All right. Can you explain what you do to prepare for a race?
I do stretches, gear up, and double check my sled and teammates.
Okay, it's always a good thing to make sure you double check on your snowmobile and look for any flaws or problems that you may have before prior to the race. That way you can kind of make sure that everything flows right and it goes well. So it's always an advantage when you are overly prepared rather than not prepared. Okay? So how many races do you go to a year?
14.
Okay, that's pretty good. How many races have you won so far this season?
10.
Wow, that's really good. Congratulations.
Gracias.
De nada. Alright, so do you come out of the hole ahead of others?
See, usually.
Okay. Would you mind holding this for a second so I can... I'm going to do a demonstration of what I just asked our dog right there, of coming out of the hole. So in the snowmobiling industry and during the racing circuits and everything, we use so here's our starting line right here. Okay, so pretend like this is where you would be starting out at. Here's a racer. Pretend like this is a snowmobile person, and this is a snowmobile person. So imagine with me, if you will, we're here at the starting line, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Here's this guy way out here. He gets the advantage. And so you are out ahead of this guy, and you're doing a lot better in the race. Most of the time. Alright, now that I've explained that, we'll go ahead and go on to the next question here. So, can you please name a few of your sponsors?
Slednex Racing, Lucas Oil, Polaris, and Red Bull.
Okay, yeah, those are really good sponsors, especially because they are really good. It's always good to have Polaris, especially because they can back you up with motors, uh, belts, really really good stuff because they can give you, you know, a whole new snowmobile. It's really good to have great sponsors such as what he has. Lucas Oil, they've got lubricants, they've got oil, they've got fuel additives, so many different things that are so good for your snowmobile and definitely enhance your snowmobile's running capabilities and really good choices there. I'm really happy for you to have very good sponsors that you do. So, do you get along well with your wingman?
See, Gerard and I are great partners.
Okay, good. That's good. So like, it's kind of like a he's got your back, you got his back kind of deal.
Yeah.
Cool. It's always nice to have a good partner on your team. Because you're with Team Polaris, right? Yeah. So, I realized that last year you had uh, a leg injury. Your leg broke up here and your upper leg broke. Uh, when he crashed last year in South Dakota during a race, another snowmobiler ran over his leg with their ski and crashed over it, and it put a lot of weight on his leg and it fractured the bone pretty severely, and he's done some physical therapy and some stuff like that. But a question I have for you is last year's injury much of a setback for you this season?
No, I just keep moving forward.
That's very good philosophy that you have there. Thank you. Let's see, what else I got? What is your favorite race of the season?
West Yellowstone, Montana for sure.
Cool. So yeah, because I know that they have, there in West Yellowstone, I know that they have the Snowmobile Expos going on that weekend. It's a 3-day show. They've got sorry, not sponsor. They've got manufacturers and distributors from basically throughout the whole nation that's there. It's not a very big show per se, but it is a fairly good size, and it brings in a lot of business for the local areas and stuff, like restaurants, motels, recreational things like that. It's definitely snowmobiling. I mean, I personally have snowmobiled there with my family and my friends as well. So, and of course they always have like a team swoop with a stunt motorcycle guys that do really crazy stuff out on the streets and fun stuff like that. So, one of my last questions for you here is, what do you do aside from these snowmobile races?
Work on family ranch. Go snowmobile riding with friends and family. And like to have fun with friends and family, such as sledding, canoeing, and snowmobile racing.
Cool. That's really neat. Alright, well that wraps up my questions, but one more thing is, Do you think you can show the audience what you do for your stretches and stuff, and what gets you, all pumped up and ready to go for your racing? You think you could show me how to do a couple of your stretches and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Right here. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. Oh. It really stretches your leg muscles out, doesn't it? Alright, go ahead and I'll follow you now. I got the idea. No, it's the same. We'll do the same thing, okay? Alright. Alright. Go ahead and take a seat. That'll be good for our exercises for now. Alright. If you want to keep in touch with our talk show for the snowmobiling and snowcross, I'll write down a link for you right here. You can follow us on Twitter. At Snowcross Talk. And if you want to keep in touch, I keep in touch with our dog, and hashtag our dog, and you can also follow him at our dog. And if you want to follow my personal page, I am at Snowmobile Host Guy. Whoops. Alright. So here's some of our links here, everyone. So if you want to keep in touch with us, you can go ahead and do that if you'd like to. So, well, I guess that basically wraps up our show. So thank you so much, our dog, for coming in today. It was nice to see you.
Yeah.
Adios.
Mi amigo.